Okay, shalom, shalom, kwam yashala, kuhaloyim lai, how about Shem Yahushai, Bahashem Chahakdash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us his beautiful truth, and just want to say Tawada to all you Akim and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to the best of your ability. Zachana Nawaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson. Pray that it's edifying by the Spirit. And I'm driving right now at the plantation, but it was just, I had a couple dreams last night, or visions or whatever, I don't know, like 3, 4, 5 of them. It was a couple of them. I mean, I can still remember them. I didn't want to really talk. I have dreams like pretty much every night, or visions every night. I just don't really talk on them. But this one particular one was actually, I was flying, it was a situation. Matter of fact, it was kind of Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the dream. It was a old, I guess it kind of reminded me of the Terminator when I really thought about it later, because it was an older Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm calling out to him, and he sees me, and he's basically like, directing me to, meet up with him, so to speak. But then once he's on another part of the street. He's at a front part of a building, and I'm kind of like at a back part of the building, and he's basically like pointing me to go to, to meet up with him, so-called in the alley or whatever. But once I get to that point, it's a newer looking Arnold Schwarzenegger. And this particular Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was out to kill me. He was out to get me. So, I take off, I'm running. Then it was just like, I just took a leap, and it was just like, I just thought about it, like, I took a leap, and now I'm, I jumped into the sky, and I started flying, and I was just I was flying, and at first it was kind of like a little wobbly at first, but then it kind of straightened out, and then next thing I knew, I was hovering in my bedroom, like you're just at the top of the ceiling, just twirling, just circling in my bedroom. And then I actually came down on the ground, and there was a woman that was there, and she was basically like, what I want, and it was a real pretty lady too, but that's where that kind of ended at. Then it was another dream. Some guys was after me again. It was 2 guys. They were shooting at me. It was like some type of gun this guy had, where when he shot it, it was like 3 darts or whatever would come out at one time. And, he kept missing me. And then there was another guy, it was 2 of them. Another guy, he had a different type of gun, but they was both shooting at me at the same time, and I'm running. And, they couldn't hit me. And then I get to like a house, and there's this Eve, and she had been on the run, basically. And she's like, we're at the back of her house at like a shed or something like that. And she's looking at her little son, and the son, looked like he was about 6 or 7. He was dead. Then she's looking at her daughter, which was looking around about the same age. She was dead. And I remember her saying something about her son, like, you should have done what I told you to do or something. But anyway, she was so pissed, she ended up going back into her house. And I kind of followed her a little bit, and as she was at the back door of her house, and she was sawing off this lady's head. And then, as you know what I'm saying, got into the house, it was like, it was wild. But got into the house, it was like, how they chalk people out when they die, and it was like body chalk everywhere, as far as where the bodies were. And there was another lady in the house trying to explain the situation. It was kind of crazy because Chris Rock was actually in that particular dream. And but anyway, that was, it was just like, basically people were after me throughout the whole dream, and it was in a few dreams. I can't remember the other 2 or 3 that I had right off, but I remember definitely taking a leap of faith, and just like, man, I just jumped. When I started flying, and like I said, I was a little bit wobbly at first, but then I straightened out and was just actually doing it. And then I was twirling and hovering in my bedroom, and then just landed like a superhero. It was kind of bugged out, but I mean, hey, I know that the scriptures talks about this wisdom will be the stability of our time, and once Esau start to get down, it's gonna come a point where the Lord, he's gonna turn us up, man. Pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushua that it will not blow out our candlestick or remove his Holy Spirit from us, and that we're a part of that, man. That we're a part of having those superhuman powers with those new bodies. Because, the Lord actually said, we'll do greater things than he, in a certain aspect. So, hey, we don't know how it's going to go. We don't know. Hey, we're just going to be changed in a twinkling of an eye. And, hey, it's going to be on from there, man. So, hey, keep the faith, man. Keep on praying. Keep on, exhorting the brothers. Keep on praying for the brothers, man, because we're going into some real nasty times, man. It's about to get real chaotic out here in a minute, man. We can already see what's leading up to, what it's leading up to, and going into this so-called new year, this 2023 thing, man. There's no telling what Esau is going to start to do, because it's a lot of the, the wars, rumors of wars are going on right now. It's a lot of action. You got action now. They all, that's kind of picking up between North Korea, South Korea, America, Japan, that area. Then you got the Iran thing going on. You got the pipelines supposedly being sabotaged, and they're saying Russia done it, but we already know what's up. And so you got that tension going on between Russia, Ukraine, NATO, US. So it's about to pop off, man. You got the China-Taiwan thing going on, and these countries are not having no respect for the U.S. right now, man. They're not having any respect for the U.S. Not at all, man. They just doing, they doing their thing like the U.S. never mattered, man. But, yeah, the U.S. is using that step. They losing their step, man. And it's time. We understand that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is breaking this place down, man. So continue on praying for that, too. Ecclesiasticus 25:7 talks about 10 things that I'd be happy. Basically, one of them is being happy to see the fall of your enemy. See, and you got Jake that's out here, man. They love America, man, and you might want to, you could kick it with them, because you got family members. They're just not gonna get it. There's nothing wrong with just, saying hi, goodbye. Little conversations, and just go ahead and dip, because you're not going to get edified by them. They're not going to understand what you're talking about. If you've already spoken to them about it before, some of them can kind of grasp onto it. If you can build with them, then that's cool. But if you see it's going nowhere and it's just causing arguments and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, man, just get away from them, man. It's only certain people that you can really talk to about certain things, and I've noticed that, over time being in this truth. I've spoken to all my neighbors. I've spoken to, my uncles, auntie, anybody that I could run this truth across, man. And not one of them, not one of them, as far as I can think of, has grasped on and caught on. And it's been for years. So it's like, hey, you kind of be in this truth. You kind of feel like it's a lonely ride, but hey, it's the Lord got that remnant of his men and women out here scattered in these places, man. And you'll run into them here and there. You'll run into them here and there, but it's rare that you're gonna get anybody really in your family or your surrounding circle, your friends. I've told my friends about it. I mean, because when you come into this truth, you're excited about it. You want to tell people. It's the greatest thing that that treasure. The scripture talks about that man, he selleth that field, or he sell everything that he has and go and buy that field with that treasure in it, roughly paraphrasing. That's how you feel. Like, man, this is the best thing that I've ever heard of. This is the best thing that has ever happened to me. And you feel it, man. But then you got some, you got the parables of, those that sow seed by the wayside, and, tribulations come through, they get offended. Some of them they'll be with it for a minute. They know that they're Israelites. They'll believe that much of it. But when things get rough or things get tough, they start to go with their carnal mindset and not by the spirit. They don't do what Yahweh Shem Yahushua said to do. But the scripture says, hey, when you come into this truth, it's gonna get rough, man. Prepare yourself for tribulations. Roughly paraphrasing that, man. So don't worry about any of that. You just stick to it. And when it straight comes down to it, I was just looking at a brother And he was talking about that's the brother from South Carolina, SC7, I think is his channel. But he was going off into, having a solid mind, so to speak. It's gonna come to a point where you're gonna have to be rough, a little rigid, man. You know what I'm saying? I also heard another brother talking about that from GMS Dallas. How he was saying that the apostles was kind of getting on him about being too nice, about certain things. Hey, we got to bring out the scriptures, whether it offend or not. And some people are going to get offended, but hey, man, fuck them, man. Hey, it is what it is. The blood is off your hands. You told them what the Lord said, and that's that, man. That's the best we can do. It's nothing super duper about this thing, man. It's, hey, go out, teach that the kingdom is at hand. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Show my people Israel their transgressions, and get the blood off your hands, man. You told them. So when it straight comes down to it and shit really starts to hit the fan, you're going to have to really just be like, hey, you on your own. And that's going to be hard to do for a lot of us, man. But you want to pray to Yahweh H.I.M that he will give you that spirit to endure and to do what you need to do. Because if you get to following it behind your wicked ass family members, your wicked ass friends, your wicked ass, hey, look, that could get you destroyed. They don't want to listen. You told them the truth. When shit start going down, you gonna try and make you across town, and you gonna try and drive and go and pick up somebody that don't give a shit about the Lord. When shit hit the fans, it's gonna be a point where you're gonna have to break, man. You're gonna have to become pilgrims out here. It's gonna come a time. Hey, none of us know a lot like that, but there's gonna be points and times where, hey, you may have to be living out a goddamn backpack, man, and be walking this earth from spot to spot. You know what I'm saying? The Lord may set you up over here, give you a little shelter over here, where you can set up a fire, give you food, and because he's gonna look out for you. It's gonna be rough. It's not gonna be this comfortability that America throws at you. That eating 5 times a day, snacking all damn day long, all constantly got a drink in your hand. It's not gonna be like that, man. And you're gonna have family members that's gonna be looking at you like, well, what the fuck? Why you not helping us out? Or why you not doing this, and this? Especially when it comes down to that MOTB. When it comes down to that MOTB, it's gonna be some real family breakups. Because if you fool enough, say for instance, if your spouse take the MOTB and you fool enough to take it because they ranting and raving about you not taking it, what about our family? How are we gonna eat? You a damn fool. Because that person, they done placed their trust in Esau, the so-called white man. And it's multiple scriptures that talks about trusting in Yahweh, trusting in Yahweh, trusting in Yahweh. I may have to do another lesson on that. I've done a few, and you can go into the book of Psalms, and you can get a lot of exhortation in the book of Psalms from trusting in Yahweh, trusting in the Lord, man, trusting in his word, trusting in his laws, trusting in his commandments, man. Because he said he's going to take care of those that trust in him, man. And that's where your mindset needs to be at in these last days, man. Don't be trusting in the so-called white man. Fuck him. He's not the resources of food, water, shelter, clothing. The Lord even said that, hey, he said the heathens, the Gentiles worry about things like that, man. He know what you need already. And you're not going to, man's goings of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai anyway. What you going to do? You can't get outside of his will anyway. So it's going to be what it is, man. And be thankful. Just be thankful for all things, man. If you got a damn toothache, be thankful. If you got a ache in your back, be thankful. Thank Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the water Yahweh. Hey, stop with the murmuring. Stop with the complaining. But I'm almost at my destination. I just wanted to just touch on those couple of little dreams, man. But just by the Spirit, hey, the brother's been going off into having a solid mind. Start to think kind of rough like, so to speak, man. You may seem to be callous to people, but man, look, we don't have no time to be playing no damn games, all that fucking flattery. Scriptures goes into that too, all that flattering with the tongue, trying to make somebody feel good. Fuck that, all that feel good shit is out the window. When you come into this truth, it's not about that feel good thing, man. You're rude because you're telling somebody what the truth is. The truth is really a damn enemy in this place, man. That truth, you get to tell somebody about them really fucking up, or you really reproving them in a love type of manner, they don't want to hear the truth, man. They don't want to hear they're a fuck up. They don't want to hear it. It's rare that a person that say, hey, you know what? Thank you for that, man. I needed that. You'll get it amongst the brethren, real sincere brethren, but these average people that's out here, they're not gonna get it, man. They don't want to hear that shit. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's a number of subjects that you could go into on that, but I'm not gonna go into that. But like I said again, I'm pretty much about at my destination. Hey, so I pray that this lesson was edifying. And with that, Kwam Yashala.